you know, in any progress all over the world, at times you make 3 steps forward, then you make 2 steps backwards. Knowing that Tanzania now is going through an election year, and possibly Suluhu Hassan, President of Tanzania, may want to have a smooth sail in the next elections. But I'm sure overall she will be able to use her wisdom to realize the futility of trying to look at Kenya in isolation. Because the issue of integration, even the issue of integration of the entire continent in terms of trade, movement of goods and services, is something that should be encouraged, because as you know, at the beginning of time, we had very little business to do with our neighbors, apart from East Africa, because we are under the same master, the British master. We had very little business with DRC at that particular time. But today, there is some improvement, although we are still at about 18% inter-African trade compared with the trade with other parts of the world. And of course, this is, there are many other factors, including the issue of infrastructure, issues of tradition, issues of culture, issues of language, because when the Mzungu came, he made sure that he gave us different languages, as the languages we accepted to be our own language, including the language I'm using now. And that became a serious bearing, to the extent that at times when you meet in international fora, those who are French-speaking, English-speaking, those who are Portuguese-speaking, you realize they will congregate at corners during break time. This therefore tells you we do not really have that kind of seamless movement of goods and services. But I'm sure at the level of the summit, Tanzania will be called to order, because it is not only against normal existence of neighborhood, but also it's against the very basic principle of saying East Africa, our final product should be the freedom to move goods and services across the borders. That's why for the last couple of years, almost a number of years, we've been doing budgets almost on the same day, so that if there are certain comparable tariffs, we're able to deal with them almost on the same day, so that we don't confuse the budgeting process of each and every country. But Tanzania overall is a country that I was brought up in, so I have some nostalgic feelings about it. But when you look at it critically, they seem to have small brother syndrome, where they feel, even where we do not have any undue advantage over them, they feel these Kenyans have come to take the space for our people. And yet, there are many non-Kenyans that I see even hawking in the streets of Nairobi. And you can see from the language they speak, you know they are not from Kenya. But because they are Africans, we say let them try their life. Possibly they will have a story to write home when they do well. Because any hawker in the street can also be a merchant, and also can be a wholesaler. Who knows?
Yes, indeed, a lot of parallels.